the size of some of these. That's my hand. Okay, so we are currently on our way to pick up some free blocks and free pavers. While I was at work today, I was on break and I decided to check Facebook Marketplace to see if we've been randomly checking. I've been randomly checking to see if people have been giving away free pavers and free concrete blocks so that we can use them over on the Homestead. And when I was on there today, I saw a posting that they were giving away concrete blocks and then some retaining wall pavers that I could use for a garden bed. So I called Elijah and now we are on our way down there. It was only like a 30-minute drive away, but we did hit a lot of traffic, so it turned our 30-minute drive into a 50-minute drive. But considering how much the retaining wall blocks were originally priced, we'll definitely make that drive for us. But once we get there, I will show you guys what we brought, probably when we get back home because it'll be better lighting. I'll show you guys what we got. But yeah, I'm excited for free stuff. Okay, so these are all the pavers and blocks that we were able to pick up for free. I don't know how many are here, but it's a lot more than we thought we were going to be picking up. So we did have to make 2 trips. Elijah went back again today to pick up the rest of them, but just in comparison so that you can see the size of some of these. That's my hand. So yeah, these are some big boys, and considering that they were free, that is magnificent. And then we do have some concrete blocks here that we're going to be using for our next project. So we don't have enough for the next project, but at least that will cut into some of the cost. So yeah, don't sleep on Facebook Marketplace. It is very cold out here today. I'm pretty sure it's probably about 28, maybe 40 degrees. I don't know, but I do know that it is cold and we are bundled up, but we are ready to work. Okay, so we have a couple different things going on today. First thing first is that we are going to get the trailer unloaded. All those pavers that we ended up getting for free, we went ahead and brought those down to the land today. I'm going to see if I can line out a garden bed back here behind in front of the wall. And then we are going to be starting the foundation for our shed that we're going to be building on the other side of the property. So in between building the 56-foot section of the wall, we will be then going and building the shed at the same time. So then we can keep all our wonderful stuff in there, which will cut down on what we have to bring it down to the land. But also, when we pulled up this morning, we're pretty sure someone bought the house behind us because we did find out that it was for sale. Let me show you what's going on over there right now. Yeah, so they have a little excavator over there along with 2 trucks. So we don't know if they're the people who bought the place or they're just doing work over there, but they're digging some type of pit over there. So it might be a septic tank that they're digging up. Honestly, we have no idea. So yeah, we are going to get unloaded and then get to work. So this part of the video, it got really windy, so I'm just gonna voice over that part. But here I'm just explaining that we just got done cutting our driveway entrance on the other side of the property because we had some bushes that were in the way, because we need that space to be able to run our string line. And then we also went ahead and cut the grass in the area where we're gonna be putting our shed at. So now that we're done with that, we are going to be taking a string line and running it from the driveway, the front of the driveway, going all the way down towards where the shed is, so that we can make sure that our shed is nice and square and also in the correct spot. Okay, so Elijah just got done running the line from the front of the property down to the back of the property. Now I'm gonna go down this way as he tugs on it over there so that we can make sure that we get it. It doesn't have to be a perfect square considering that it doesn't have to line up with the property, but we do want to get it as close as possible squared to our property lines. So yeah. As you can see, we had a visitor. This is not the person who purchased the house behind us. He was a contractor who was doing work for the person. Apparently, they had to redo a perk test and it ended up failing. I'm guessing because of they had to redo it because the house was so old. But it ended up failing because the septic system was way too close to a pool that they put in way after their septic system. So he was here that day to move it into a different location and to reline it up with the leach field. But he did give us some good information. The house behind us does have a 1,000-gallon plastic septic tank, and then it's connected to a 140-foot leach field. So it was some good information for us. He also gave us his business card, also gave us, you know, their cost range of if we wanted them to come out and install the system for us and all the different avenues that we can go down there. But yeah, it was nice to talk to him. We got some good information and we are now ready to get back to work. Okay, so I'm currently editing the video that you are watching as of right now. And it was very, 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 very windy as I was trying to explain what we had done and then also explain to you our shed plans as well. So I figured I'll just delete that part out completely and just do a little sit down insert with you guys so I can go over our shed plans with you. And then I also thought it would be fun to show you our shed plans as well so that you can kind of get the big picture of what we're attempting to build over there. What you had just seen was us running the string lines for the actual shed foundation so that we could get a rough outline. Our shed that we're building is going to be a 10 by 20 shed, so a total of 200 square feet. And so we just wanted a rough outline. We're gonna be doing a concrete block foundation, so it doesn't have to be perfectly square, but we're pretty much gonna try and get it as square to the T, and I think we did a very, very good job doing it. Let me show you what our shed plans are, what we're gonna be doing with the shed, and then I'll walk you through some of the modifications that we're going to be doing along with the modifications that we're doing to the foundation as well. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, this is the shed that we're going to be building with some modifications. So we did find our shed plans on shedplans.org. They have a bunch of different options for sheds size-wise. If you're looking for shed plans, you can go on there, and they also have a free version and they also have a paid version. Only difference between the two is that the paid version is more detailed, and then I think they also give you a material list of all the things that you need to build the shed. So this is what we're gonna go ahead and be building. This one, let me scroll down, is a 10 by 20 garden shed. It has the double doors on the front side, and then it has a window on each of the sides of the shed. And then it also has that lean-to shed roof, which personally is my favorite just because it looks a little bit more modern and I don't want to deal with trusses. I'm very afraid of trusses, so we're not going to do those. So along with these shed plans, it did give us a material list, just a basic outline of what materials we'll need to build the shed. Now, if we bought the premium plan, then it would actually give us how many of each thing that you would need, yada, yada, yada. So, okay, so and then it breaks everything down into steps for us. So basically the part that we're in is framing of the floor. And so that's where we made the most of our modifications, was with the flooring. It did want us to build, as you can see, a brick flooring. And then it wanted the foundation, let me scroll down here, the foundation of the shed to sit directly on those bricks. It didn't really say anything about anchoring it in or attaching it to the bricks so that it wouldn't, you know, move, shift. I know it probably wouldn't because of the weight, but you never know. And so basically what I was explaining to you guys in the video that I had to clip out was that I don't trust the shed just sitting on bricks or even concrete blocks. I'm very skeptical about that because Elijah and I have been through many monsoon storms where they've taken down roof shingles, they've picked up stuff and threw stuff around everywhere and relocated a lot of things that should not have been relocated. So I don't want our shed to be something that gets relocated as well. So we did decide to modify the foundation a little bit. So what you'll end up seeing inside the video later on is basically the modifications that we end up doing. Some of the big key things that we chose to do was that we swapped out the bricks for the concrete, and we did that because they're hollow in the center and we wanted to be able to run some rebar through the concrete blocks. So we went ahead and ran rebars through the corners of the concrete blocks and also the right and left side of the 10-foot section as well, so that it would help anchor in the concrete blocks a little bit better. And then we went ahead and backfilled those concrete blocks with concrete. And then also to add a little bit more security, because once again, the shed is not attached to that. We thought it would be a good idea to fill the second cell with concrete and then attaching, they are J anchors, attaching those to all four corners, and then also again on each side of the 10-foot sections of the shed, so that then rather than just doing these boards standing straight up that you see here, we're going to kind of do it like a foundation on a house where you lay your board flat like this. So we'll have the boards going across the concrete blocks flat like this. We'll have the holes drilled through, so just imagine this is the corners. We'll have the holes drilled through, one here and one there, and that board would sit over the J-hooks, and then we would bolt the J-hooks in, basically attaching that wooden board to the actual concrete blocks. And then what we'll do is we'll then take these four sides that you see, we'll assemble those and then set them on top of that flat board, so then it will be making like a T type shape. We'll set those on top of the board and then attach those using wooden screws, the big, huge, long, thick wooden screws, just like you would do on the foundation of a house, just so that the whole shed is cemented down. It's not going anywhere. So, and then the concrete blocks that do not have rebar in them and also do not have the J-hooks, we're still gonna fill those with a little bit of concrete in them, because with them being hollow, there is an opportunity for them to sink into the dirt as the shed continues to settle. And so we're just gonna go ahead and fill the bottom of those with concrete so that it will create one flush level, so that the dirt can't push up and end up causing, you know, the middle of our shed to sink into the ground and all that great stuff. So another modification that we are doing, let me get you back to the picture of the shed. I don't like that the shed roof slopes forward. It's just a personal preference. With it sloping forward, that seems like that should just be the back of the shed. So we're going to completely rotate the shed so that this front side will now be the back. Let me show you down here. Here we go. This is a little bit of a better view of it. And so this back side here that you're looking at, we're really going to have be our front. So this part would be facing the driveway. So you would just pull forward. You'll have probably about 10 feet between the driveway and the shed, and you would just see that because there is an opportunity for us later to build like a little awning out for it as like a little seating area, especially since the RV is going to be on that side of the property. Well, it's going to be right next to that. A little seating area, maybe a temporary barbecue area while we're living in the RV and building the guest house. We can also use it later for wood storage, or if say we want to, you know, cut our wood outside, we can turn that into like an outdoor wood cutting area. So there's a lot of different options for it if we decide to put that on facing the front side of the property rather than the back. Yes, we can also do that on the back side, but it's just an aesthetic thing, and I like the roof to slope towards the back of the property rather than the front. And then it does have the 2 side windows. We're still debating on whether we want the side windows to be there, or if we want to put them somewhere else, or if we want a different style type of windows. So we will be making modifications most likely to the plans as well. And then the shed will not be this color. We're going to use the shed as a tester for our house colors because we want our shed to be inverted colors of our house. So our house is mainly going to be maybe like a white taupish color with the black brown accents, and so this one would be the black brown with the white type accents on them. So it will be a little modification. Also, once we get the shed built, we'll be able to put a rain catchment system on here so that we don't miss the wonderful monsoon seasons that are coming up, and we can help hopefully collect a good amount of water out there as well. So, but yeah, that is our shed plans, and basically just a broken down version of what I said in the video that you cannot, unfortunately, you cannot hear because it was so windy out there. But yeah, I will go ahead and cut you guys back over to the video. Enjoy. We brought out 13 blocks. So we're going to be roughly laying those out where we want them to go. We mainly want to support the edges, and then a little line going down the middle for our middle floor joist that's gonna go in there. So we're gonna get those laid out. Eli's just trying to keep his blood pumping because it is cold. So these are the 13 blocks that we got for free. So basically our shed foundation didn't really cost much, which is great. We just got done just double checking the squaring. So we went ahead and with the 4 cinder blocks, with the 4 blocks being laid out, we went ahead and we measured from the front to back and made sure those were both the same distances from each block front to back. And then we measured from side to side and made sure that those were the same measurements for the front and the back. Next thing that we're gonna do is go ahead and start lining up our blocks along the front, the back, and then we'll do the side going back to the middle as well. Okay, so what I did, I went ahead and I put that block down there at the 6-foot line, and then this one, this right side is at the 14-foot line to try and get it evenly distributed so it distributes the weight of the shed evenly. But so far it's looking so not too bad. It's not too bad. As long as you're good at measuring, it's not too bad. Okay, so we just finished setting the perimeter ones. So we have 3 blocks left that we're gonna end up using. So we're gonna use those going right down the center so we can get some structure for the center of our shed as well. Okay, so we just got done laying all of our blocks down, so let's take a tour. Okay, so the shed that we're going to be building is going to be a 10 foot by 20 foot shed, so it's going to be 200 square feet. So pretty much we have all of our blocks lined up here for our perimeter. As I am editing this video, I am now realizing that we are at the 20-minute mark, and that is 10 minutes longer than we wanted it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. In the next one, you will see us actually start putting the blocks into the ground with concrete. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and tell us what you think of our shed plans down below.